So what y'all been doing, man? Aramis, what you doing? Working?
Working, man. I
Yeah.
have my normal job. I work on a food truck, and that takes up a lot of time.
Aren't y'all supposed to tomorrow supposed to be having a jam session or what?
Yeah, maybe. It's supposed to be like 40 degrees tomorrow night.
Damn, yeah. See, ain't
I
nobody trying
feel
to
it.
get out of that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well shit, let's just jump right into things, man. Hey, 254 Talk, sports podcast. We're coming at y'all with UFC 281 this weekend. Our thoughts on the card, some MMA stuff that's going around, just sports stuff in general. So yeah, we'll just jump right into our topics here. Let me go ahead and get down to that. So starting off in the main card, we got a fight with Dan Hooker. Being 1-4 in his last 5 fights, he's fighting Claudio Puelles. For people who don't know, his last win was a knee bar. He has 3 of them in the UFC. Against Clay Guida was his last opponent. Is stepping up against I don't even know if it's stepping up. Honestly, he's going back up to 155.
Hooker.
Yeah, Hooker's last loss was against Arnold Allen, who's actually doing good now in the featherweight division. So, what y'all thought? What y'all thought on that? Thoughts on that? Is it win or retire, or what's the case here for Dan Hooker?
It's win or go to Bellator or somewhere else. Really,
Could possibly.
what was his last
bare knuckle?
he won since he lost to Poirier?
Has he won? Yeah, he beat Nasrat Haqparast. He's 1-4 in his last 5. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like he put everything he had into that Poirier fight.
He did. He looked like the evolved. He looked like a champ. Honestly, he looked like a champion.
Yeah. Then
we've seen it happen a lot.
Yeah.
Chandler took him. He took him out the game.
Yeah, yep. I think it was after Chandler went downhill because he barely beat Paul Felder while Felder was on the other side of his career. Then had that war against Poirier, and then it was just Chandler chinned him, and it kind of ironic how they're on this card together. It's funny how they do that, huh?
They do that a lot.
I don't think it's a retire fight because everybody's lost to the top 5.
Yeah. There are some big names. He lost to
Chandler. Michael champion. Chandler's in the top 5. Poirier's in the top 5. Who else did lose to? Gaethje's in the top 5. So anybody loses them people in the it's just that don't mean nothing. If it was anybody else, let's say if it was Bobby Green and he lost to those same 4 people, nobody would be thinking he should retire. They'd be like, well, he should have lost to those 4 people.
Sure.
That's no disrespect to
disrespect to Bobby Green.
So it's a case of Hooker's fighting the toughest guys. It ain't really a retirement thing. I can see that. Yeah.
He really is, though. He really is fighting the toughest guys.
Yeah. It just depends on how he loses, because this is like a big step down in competition compared to who he's been fighting. They're saying after that, you need a win.
Really,
right.
If he loses, he needs to Bellator is an option.
Yeah.
I think that when I say that, that's not disgraceful, but maybe he can go be a champion in Bellator compared to just chasing a belt that he won't get.
Ryan Bader.
Right.
Yeah, Ryan Bader went over there and did the thing, boy.
He got 2 belts.
Look at Corey Anderson. Corey Anderson should be the champ right now in Bellator, and that's crazy considering how he's been handled in the UFC. So moving up on the card, we got Frankie Edgar. Now this one, what do you think? Is this one more of the retirement fight? And are they just trying to give him a win with Chris Gutierrez, who is
no, he said he's retiring.
Okay, so he confirmed that.
Yeah, he said this is his last fight.
So
I don't think it's possible to give someone a win in the UFC.
No, sure.
But you can try to. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, they're trying to let him go up with his head high, but there's never no guarantee with that.
Most definitely. I agree.
CM Punk's a guaranteed victory.
Yeah, not a lot of people like in their careers on top, right? Like they kind of have that bad taste in their mouth from a loss, and it's it. They're kind of done with that. And some people just don't know how to quit, like Cerrone and maybe even Ferguson. I'm not going to go that far yet because we'll see.
He finally, but he should have quit a long time ago.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably after the shoulder fucked him up.
Chuck Liddell didn't know when to quit.
No, he definitely.
Silva too. I mean, fighting Uriah Hall and getting not TKO'd is kind of a bad way to leave your, leave the sport.
Machida wants to fight one more time in the UFC.
I
Really?
He
wouldn't
like
even let him.
42.
Let him fight. Then Shogun's got another fight. We say let him fight Shogun again or something like that. But
Hey, they
no,
are 1-1.
I mean they're both kind of like going one more
That's
time.
fair. I was like, you said that. I was like, no. He's like, let him fight Sugar. I was like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. But I think that
Just don't let him
Shogun's
fight
next
John
fight
Jones
is.
again.
Oh no, keep him away from actually.
Neither one of them.
Yeah, keep them both away from the UFC. Winner of Poirier Chandler gets.
They said, hey, John, go check on him real quick.
Yeah, get some fans.
Shoot, I mean, they're not going. Yeah, they already seen how that happened the first time. We don't need to see a rematch for no reason. There's no title on the line, and the weight class too. What would Machida come back at, like 205, 185 if he
Yeah, I think so.
fight? So yeah, he's not fighting though. He's not fighting no John Jones. I don't know who to give Lyoto Machida to. Gustafson, he's kind of like on there.
He has a fight coming up, don't he?
Yeah, OSP.
Yeah.
OSP.
OSP is
that a
fighting.
retirement fight? That's the
I
top
hope
of
they
Flair
both knock each other out.
Yeah, OSP is fighting. Oh wait, didn't they fight like twice already or something like that?
So
I don't think so.
I mean,
Anywho, yeah, winner of Poirier Chandler gets another title shot. Poirier already said he doesn't really care if he gets it or not. I think I don't know. We'll discuss that. But does Chandler wrestle him, or is this a war we see in a slugfest fight of the year kind of fight here?
Chandler is I mean, it might not be fight of the year, but I don't see him wrestling. He will wrestle, but I don't see it being a wrestle-heavy attack. I also do not think that whoever wins this gets a title shot because you have Dariush out there doing like. I'm not saying I'm just saying Dariush is on the tear right now. And who else? There's another one that's
I want to see Dariush engage you.
Really? I mean, they're like the same management, so they're actually like close. They wouldn't fight each other, I don't think. But yeah, that would be a realistic fight to make, though. You're right, though. They would make they should make a fight like that. But Fiziev is on the come up. He was supposed to get the fight with Oliveira, which I thought Oliveira was supposed to fight with Dariush. That made sense to me for the number one contender in that division. But I don't know, man. Poirier, I guess you're right, because Poirier beating Chandler doesn't mean nothing right now, considering his losses in the UFC. But Chandler KOing Dustin kind of does feel more of like a maybe he should, because Connor couldn't do it. I mean, look at Dustin's resume. That guy's beat a lot of dudes.
Yeah, but we don't know where Dustin's at. Every time he goes up for the belt, he gets choked out.
True, and twice, two rear naked chokes.
That's why.
So where's his head at now?
That's why he's acting like he don't care anymore.
He's like, I'm not trying to get choked out again.
Yeah, he's like,
Well, they
he
keep
didn't
giving
care
him
about the Chandler fight last year. He said, if fighting Chandler is what I have to do, then I'll just rather sell hot sauce. And now here we are.
Yeah, he did say that.
Anybody tried the hot sauce?
No. Connor said it was ass, but that's just Connor talking.
That's Connor. His whiskey wasn't. I mean, it's not bad.
I know.
Yeah, it's probably 12. Yeah, it's all right.
I drank it for like a month.
In the embedded, Poirier said he's gonna give Chandler the KO edition hot sauce. He has a KO edition. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna give him the KO edition." Oh man, the co-main event. I guess we got to talk about it, but since Carla's last fight was kind of a sleeper, but Wei Lee, so they're striking versus each other. Are we underestimating Carla as a champion because of her last fight?
I don't think we are. I think she got lucky. Like I think it was just she outdid Rose and
look. You be pulling up stuff. Look up Carla's last 5 fights.
Okay, I got it right here, actually. I can just go to the co-main here, click on Carla, click on her. Her last 5 fights, she beat Rose Namajunas this year. She beat Yao Jianan by TKO. That was a crucifix. She beat Marina Rodriguez. That's a good win. Alexa Grasso, another top contender. She beat her.
Okay, so this is what I'm getting at. We got. I stopped picking against her. because somehow, some way, she normally pulls it out. I picked Rose to beat her because I think Rose would make the same mistake, and then Rose didn't even beat her.
Right.
I still don't think she's gonna beat Wei Lee, but I'm still gonna pick. Spoiler: I'm still picking Carla, just because every fight I think she's gonna lose, she somehow wins it. And I mean, that's why I was like, wait, those last 5 wins, out of all those fights, if you would have read those names, at least 3 of those you would have said those are L's.
Yeah, because those
So
are
that's the
those
same
are
with
top
Oliveira too.
Yeah, Glover did that to me.
Yeah, I had to stop. But see, look, we're jumping ahead here. Okay, look, no, I'm not picking against Yuri. You know what I mean? But it was hella close. The first one. That's next episode. That one's gonna be something to watch. But yeah, I do agree with you. But I do think a lot of people are underestimating Carla. But I've watched the tape. The striking there, and Wei Lee picking up Francis. I think she could manhandle Carla if she really wanted to. If she's wrestling, she's wrestling with Cejudo now. She's training with Cejudo. This
could be a cast match called Kevin Holland.
It could be. But yeah, we'll get our prediction on that one here in a second. So for the main event, is just a win good enough for Izzy this weekend? Or is Alex going to be 3-0 against Israel?
For me, yes, maybe not for him. For his conscience. But I mean, a win's a win. You keep the belt, you keep your check, and I mean, what can Alex do at that point?
He's kind of out of your head.
More fight to get a rematch now. Of course, a knockout's going to feel better and give you that closure that you feel like you might need to be, to finish him. But a win's a win. I hope it's not a boring fight. And when I say that, I don't mean that's not what I'm saying. Is I hope that a win's a win and it's boring. But I just feel like that. Like I said, it's all about hitting and not getting hit, and getting a paycheck and going back home to your family. I'm not saying Izzy has a family. I don't really know his personal life like that. But yeah. So it might be, it might suck for us. But on paper, in 10 years, they're not going to be like, "Oh, that fight was boring." They're going to say, "Oh, Izzy won 13 fights in a row."
Right. At some point, he's just stacking them to where they're middleweight. He has 20 fights in a row, and no one cares about really how he won them. I think I agree. I agree with what you're saying, Aramis. I think a win in his mind would be good enough because being 3-0 or being 0-3 against this guy. He's sunning you. That's going to live in his head forever. And he's in the back of his mind. He knows I can't lose this fight for no reason. So he knows getting into a firefight is going to probably cost him. The leg kicking game is going to be there for him. He's been joking about it. I think that's his way out of winning this one. But that's not my prediction. I'm just saying, in the sense of it's a good win in his mind. It is.
I feel like he's being really smart about this camp too, because he keeps saying that he has different plans. He said, first off, no, I'm going to go in there and strike because why wouldn't I want to knock out the guy that's knocked me out? But then last week he said, I'm going to pull a Mayweather and just defense the whole fight. And I'm like, he's playing mind games with Alex right now.
And he also said that he's like, this fight gets me up in the morning. He's like, the last 4 fights, I felt like I was going to win already. And like in this one, I don't have that cloak of invincibility about myself because he had beaten me.
Right. Yeah, what you think?
I just hope he don't get suckered into a kickboxing match. You know what I mean? Like he ain't did a whole lot of mixed martial arts, but hopefully we see something he learned.
He ain't been mixing the martial arts together. He ain't mixing them. Yeah, I can see. I think it's going to be a standing match. It's going to look like a kickboxing match. I think for the most part, unless somebody gets hurt and then they shoot for a desperate, I need to save my life takedown or something like that. But
I think there'll be some clinching.
Yeah, he should try to clinch him. Honestly, he has more MMA experience than Alex being 6-1.
I don't think so. I think that Pierre's too big. Alex is too big.
Well, if you get him in close, his power kind of goes away unless you start to separate, right? Like if you can put him up against the fence, kind of Kamaru Usman him a little bit, maybe stomp a couple toes. You might scrape some rounds or whatever, but
hit him with a Kimura.
Yeah, I think Izzy's smart. He's not dumb. I mean, he fights. He has a good fight IQ, and I think he knows at a certain range he's in trouble. He could be in trouble, and he's not going to risk that. Okay, jumping in the next one, we got James Krause. I guess I say what a mess. I don't know if you guys know the whole story or
I just know
anything.
about the gambling stuff, and I don't even know much about it.
Okay, so you just know the very bare minimum. So it started with the gambling. He was making a bet against Derek Minner, who is his fighter, and he knew he was injured, and
Against him?
Yeah.
he bet against him to lose. He bet for him to lose because he knew he was injured going into the fight. So he already had that insider information, and he's a professional bettor. He's on YouTube platform we use, giving people advice on betting, and he bets himself. He bet on his own fighter to lose and made money. So that's just a little bit. You guys know Laura Senko, right? She does the weigh-in
Yeah, I was
show.
just reading about that.
He slept with her too. So they're both married. This is an affair. He's got this going on. Megan Anderson, right? The Australian that lost to Amanda Nunes, 145-pound girl from Anyway, he's her coach and she went out on Twitter today and said that he wasn't giving her no help through that camp. He was like there's no sparring session. She was giving he was giving other people attention more than her, and that's why she lost that fight. Another fighter in the camp, Jeff Molina, he's a flyweight, UFC flyweight, I think. Anyways, he's a fighter under him as well, and came out and said, "No, you're lazy. You don't even spar for like 5 rounds. You beat up on soccer moms that come into the gym who are new." And just called her out calling her bluff on it. Yeah. And dude, all this stuff around James Krause is just crazy, man. But hey, congrats to him. He bagged
Yeah, but all publicity ain't good publicity, like they say. It's only a couple more things, and that gym have to change names or
Also,
that's Glory MMA, by the way.
My thing about it is nobody really cares about James Krause. So he's been getting away with this stuff because he's not a big name.
Nobody really.
Yeah.
He's behind the curtains kind of thing.
I think they should let Buckley fight him.
Yeah, but Buckley, yeah. Hey, we should see the fight, bro. Hey, no more coaching. If you win the fight, you can coach again. But if you lose, you got to retire. You're done. No more glory. All the glory guys got to go find somewhere else. Yeah, man, what a mess. Okay, let's jump into our predictions and then we'll wrap it up with some NFL talk. Caleb has some stuff he wanted to get off his chest, and I've been dying to hear it. So, yeah, whoever wants to start can start on their picks. I missed bad last week. I was 1-4. So from the 5 in the main card, not last week, last episode. Sorry. Yeah, I went 1-4. So don't take my picks at all because I've been breaking.
Hey, who's the first? What's the first fight?
The first fight is Dan Hooker. Yeah, and Claudio Puelles, 155 lightweight.
Yeah, I got Hooker losing that one, and that this is probably gonna be his fight out the UFC.
Okay, I like it.
Then what's after that? That's
the next one is Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez.
Okay, so same with it. I see Frankie winning this one and going out in the sunshine, but at the same time, he been getting slapped and all kinds of shit out. You know what I mean?
And Frankie, your boy too. Don't forget to throw that out there.
So I'm saying Frankie, my boy, but at the same time, I just would hate to see him get slid or something from my boy.
He looked good at weigh-in.
The next fight is
Poirier.
Oh, Poirier and Chandler. Oh yeah, he was
get
into the good shit. I really want to see Poirier win, but I really don't care who wins. You know what I mean? Like either one could win, and I'd be like satisfied as long as it's a good. You know, like if Chandler pulled another up kick or some shit, it'd be like, oh yeah. But I got Poirier winning. You know what I mean? I hope he bring the dog out in him. You know what I'm saying? And we get a fight of the year type. The main event, I got Wei Lee winning. I just don't see, you know what I mean? That girl disappointed me the first time she lost to John that had chest kick, you know what I mean?
Well, she beat Joanna the first time. It was a close fight.
She beat her?
No, she beat her twice. She knocked her out the second fight.
Carla?
No, Carla. Oh, you're talking about when Carla beat Rose Namajunas for the belt? Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Did she ever fight Joanna?
Yeah.
I don't think.
I think
Yeah,
she took
Joanna
the belt from her.
beat the
Oh,
crap
she
out
had
of
a
talking
corner.
about,
Right,
bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Beat
I was
her
like,
head
wait, my
off.
bad.
Talking about
I think talking about Wei Lee.
beep.
She looked like she didn't even know how to fight, really.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was like, "What is this?" I'm shocked.
I'm getting beamed up.
So I think after seeing how Wei Lee could do hers, you know what I mean? This
Yeah,
May,
she
it's
got.
going.
She's got good stand up
For
for sure. And then your main event, middleweight championship.
Also, we're talking
yeah,
about
I got.
brought up Joanna. She said she wants to be champion again, but she
Yeah.
didn't want to be the oldest woman in the division. She held off her Hall of Fame. Like she don't want to be inducted into the Hall of Fame yet because I think she's thinking about time to come back.
They put her at 15 in the rankings because she's decided to come back. Who are they gonna give her? I think she wants like a warm up fight. Them girls in her division aren't warm up fighters. They're gonna warm you
Like,
up.
you're like, this division has changed, my girl.
Yeah, for real. You ain't
a-
the only one no more.
It's a different beast around here, man. Yeah. Yeah, but
For the main event, I got Izzy. I really think he gonna get this one. And like, even if he doesn't do it in a great fashion, I don't think there'll be a part 4 because there's other top tier guys that I think Pereira should have to fight first. And I'm pretty sure they'll, you know what I mean? Like, I think Whitaker could beat the shit out of Pereira. I think probably a couple others.
I mean, I want to see him fight Costa.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Nice
so
too.
what would those top fighters be like? Pereira, fighting Costa, Whitaker, Vittori,
Even
Sean Strickland, Jared
He
Cannonier.
already fought Sean Strickland.
Right.
Fun fact about Paulo Costa, though. He hasn't beat anybody that's on the UFC roster.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that's on the UFC roster right now, Paulo Costa does not have a win against.
Yeah, because his last loss, he lost to Izzy, and then he lost to Vittori. But he beat Rockhold, who's off the roster now. And then he beat Romero. Did he beat Romero? He did win.
Yeah, but Romero was in Bellator.
Man, Romero won that, but
that's what I'm saying, though. Yeah, that's an interesting.
Romero won that fight.
It's a very interesting one, but yeah. I guess I'll run through mine real quick. Let me look at my picks here. Again, guys, do not take my picks seriously because they probably just be bricks, all bricks. To start it off, I'm gonna take Claudio Puelles beating Dan Hooker. I think he's gonna get a sub in the second round. It's just bound to happen. Now, Dan Hooker could shock me. I want him to win, but I don't see it happening. I'm taking Chris Gutierrez against Frankie Edgar. He ain't looked good lately. I'd love to see Frankie go out, but again, I just know in my heart, if I pick by that, I'm gonna be wrong. So let's go Chris Gutierrez. I got Dustin Poirier. I'm just like on this one. I don't really care who wins, who doesn't win. If Chandler gets a win, that'd be cool. But I think Dustin Poirier is like more hungry, and I'm going first round KO for Dustin Poirier. I got Zhang Wei Li. You know what? I kind of wanted to switch my pick when Aramis brought that up about Carla. She always surprises, but I'm gonna stick with Zhang Wei Li for this one. And I got a second round KO, so hopefully she can keep it standing up, and put her away. And then in the main event, I'm going Izzy via decision. It's probably gonna be boring. I would like to see Alex knock him out. I think it's likely, and it could happen. I could see Izzy even putting him away, maybe. With just like beating up his lead leg, and then he just can't stand no more, and he beam him up. But yeah, those are my picks. Oh, here's my other ones too. I'm gonna take Ryan Spann over who's he fighting? Yeah, Dominic Reyes. I'm taking him.
In that one. Really?
And I'm taking
that's like halfway through the prelim card too. I'm like, oh, that's early.
Yeah, and I'm taking Moicano versus Brad Riddell.
Same.
Usually when the CKB guys fight on the same card, it's usually only one person that wins. So Dan Hooker's in that group, he can't win. Brad Riddell's in that group, he can't win. If Izzy's gonna win, so that's kind of why all my stuff is based the way it is. It's probably all breaks. Y'all don't pick on that or bet on that, please.
I'm gonna bet on Dan Hooker because I think just as much as that was a topic on here, lose or retire, win or retire, my bad. He knows that too, and I mean, everybody always says they're doing different things in the training camp, but I mean, we'll see. I have faith that so against this level of competition, that's nothing against him, but the guy he's fighting, and he'll be fine. I'm gonna go with Frankie Edwards. Frankie Edwards. Frankie Edgar. I think he looked good against Cheeto until he got kicked in the face. Yeah. He was winning that fight. So, I mean, people get caught, but the chin might not be what it used to be, but the skills are still there. I'm going to go Poirier, third round. I think Chandler is going to get enough gas in. I think Poirier put him away in the third. If it happens. But honestly, that's one of those that can go either way because I feel like those are very similar fighters. That with the stand-up wise. And then I'm gonna go Carla. I do not think Carla, mathematically, Carla should not win this fight, and I know that. But mathematically, she should have lost a lot of fights, and she did not. So, as many times I bet against her, and she won. If I bet with her and she loses, won out, whatever. And then I'm gonna go Izzy. I just think that it's a different sport, and there's different rules, and there's a different drive where it's hard to beat someone 3 times.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of times like Dustin Poirier, he's 2-1 against Conor. You never really see sweeps. I mean, the Moreno, we're getting a 4th one with Moreno and Figgy, and Figgy's 3-1.
It's like 1-1-1.
Yeah. He has a draw, so it's like it's all tied up. Like what's going on?
Rampage and Silva.
Yeah, Chuck had a couple, or Tito with Chuck, and Chuck had a few. I mean, a couple, well, not 3, right? Not 3 fights, but he had a bunch of.
That Chuck and Tito one, that shit.
Yeah, DC and Stipe.
Yeah, that's a trilogy. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you get the point. It's just hard to. Nobody wins that many times, though.
Do we get a Carla Rose trilogy, or do we before we get Amanda and Juliana trilogy? Which one comes first?
The Juliana one, because Rose is 2-0-2. She lost. Yeah. She has to really prove something differently to say I deserve a fight for the dog against Carla. Because Carla beat her twice.
Well, I hate Juliana too. Boy, I can't. Boy, let me tell y'all. She beat Amanda, and that already pissed me off. And now she's going after DC. Yeah. And I'm like, you just stop.
Yeah. Caleb, what you got, brother? What's your picks? Let me hear them.
Man. I'm going with the first fight. I'm going with Dan Hooker. Okay. I see him bouncing back. And like Aaron said earlier, it was the level of competition that was making him lose. Because we saw against Poirier, he has everything in him to win. And it's gonna be a hard one to pick, but I'm going with Frankie. Only because I want to see him win and walk out, not
me too.
Not get beat again. But what was the next one?
Oh, Dustin Poirier. Chandler, yeah.
I'm going against the grain, and everybody already probably knew who I was picking in this fight.
I did, at least.
I'm going Michael Chandler. Yep. I picked him every fight since he's been in the UFC.
Might as well.
And I don't see him winning, but I hope it happens.
I could see him
I'm
winning.
going Wei Lee because I've never liked Carla, even if I picked him. Carla's very boring to me. So
everyone, brother, we can all agree.
And then the main event. In the main event, I'm going Izzy. Izzy's on that Anderson type of fighter at this point. He's very smart. He can keep the distance. And so, yeah, those are my picks. And I'm also picking, since you did the Reyes fight, I'm going with Meatball Molly in her fight in the prelims. Okay. Because that's my girl.
I think Aaron Blanchfield's a tough opponent for her, though, brother. To be honest, but hey, it should be a good one. What about in that fight, the Dominic Reyes Ryan Spann? I think it's too early for Dom coming back, honestly. And Ryan Spann, he's just one of those guys that just wins when he shouldn't win. Yeah, he wins when he shouldn't win. And this is one of those fights where I feel like he shouldn't win.
Dominic Reyes hadn't fought for a while. He took some time off, didn't he?
Yeah, but
I mean, he's messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, hit the cam. I mean,
he took a lot of time off.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like the time is the time off and the type of trauma he took from that blow. I don't know. I could see Ryan Spann cracking Dom early and then trying to put a submission on him or something. But we'll see. Hey, Dom could easily. This is a good comeback
I
fight.
forgot about that kid.
It's not like a top contender like Yuri,
I forgot
or
about
Jan
that kid.
Blachowicz. Yeah. But yeah, it should be interesting.
Yeah, y'all kicked the shit out of him.
Yeah, it was black.
Yeah. He was like, I forgot about that kick. I said he did.
Weren't we watching that? Wasn't that UFC 254? Or I don't remember. No, I think 260. I don't know.
No, that was way.
Nah,
I was thinking Jan was there.
When we watched Gaethje and Khabib.
That was Khabib versus Gaethje.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, that's what I'm saying. We watched Khabib Gaethje.
I still got them big ass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That was awesome. Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll wrap it up with the NFL stuff, and then we'll jump up out of here.
So pretty much, I just wanted to have a segment called "Undefeated Philly." Are you buying the hype or not?
Oh, like for the next game or whatever.
You name some of the big wins. You named some of the big wins. You said Minnesota and Dallas. Dallas had a backup quarterback.
You're still 6-2, and y'all had a number one defense.
Kirk Cousins is non-existent.
And you can't use prime time. You can't use a quarterback because he's past his bedtime. You can't use a quarterback past his bedtime excuse. You can't use that. Okay, it's Kirk Cousins. They're 7-1.
No,
they're finding a way to win. Hey,
Kirk Cousins has always choked in prime time.
Oh, that's still the excuse is not valid. Okay,
I think Philly's going to lose in Dallas
on Christmas Eve. Okay,
and then when playoff time comes, I think their heads are going to be too big.
Okay.
Are there any bets on them going undefeated for the season?
There probably
I don't know,
are.
but I don't know, but I have Jalen Hurts as MVP since the beginning of the season, and the odds on that, just you guys look that up before the season and tell me what that cash out is. But anywho, yeah, I'm buying stock. You see our record, our schedule. We got Washington coming up at home. They ain't even got Carson Wentz, and we smashed them. Yeah, easy win. So Colts with no head coach.
I hope y'all lose. I'm an easy win.
Green Bay, we know what Green Bay looks like. They're what, 3-7, 3-6, something like that. Trash. The Giants, that's the one team that scares me, and that y'all at home do scare me. I'm not a delusional Eagles fan here, okay? But by that point, we'll probably lock up the first round bye, first seed, and y'all can have that W. Thank you.
Hey.
I'll see y'all in the playoffs. Is that the segment? Are we done?
It's gonna be a fun playoffs this year for sure.
I think so, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna use a bad schedule to say that we haven't beat nobody or we're just pretenders, because we've overcame adversity, and if you're actually watching us play, they're a pretty solid football team. Number one on defense, turnovers wise. I think we're like number 2 or number 3 offense in the league. The numbers are there. Coaching is doing well, and we got good depth this year, so we'll see. Hey, if we're undefeated in the next episode, then put some money on my team next time, or put some respect on the Eagles next time y'all see them play.
No, they got to win the playoffs.
The real thing I don't want to happen is to watch the Bucks go in at 8-9 and somehow still win the fucking Super Bowl.
Nope, ain't happening. Bucks probably won't even make the playoffs. That's my prediction, my bold prediction. I made a prediction earlier this year, not on the podcast, but I said Matt Rule will get fired midway of the season. It was before midway of the season, but it did happen. And then my next one is Bucks don't make the playoffs. With that being said, let's wrap it up, guys. 254 talk. Hey, go ahead and get y'all's predictions in. Watch this card this weekend. It's going to be hella good. It should be a banger. And y'all keep watching the podcast and subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. All right, y'all.